Seniac, do I need to put another graveyard down? Me, not needed. The entire Fool's Kingdom is already one big graveyard. Lol. Nobody! Seniac goes into underground mode unwantingly. The dead bodies of Fool's Kingdom goes into underground mode unwantingly. Me, can't think of a meme for the video. Seniac shows this comment. Me, I am confusion. Fool's Kingdom wins the award of the smallest city. No, it's not even a city. To have a metro. I thought you were going to say, welcome back to Roblox, because I was so used to watching your Roblox videos and hearing that. Guys, welcome back to another I'm joking. It's City Skylines. Hey, how you doing? It's your boy, Seniac. We are back in the Fool's Kingdom. And before we jump straight into this, I am giving you this one episode warning. That next episode, we are going to be creating not one, but two brand new kingdoms. And if you're thinking and wondering, yo, Seniac, where are you creating these? Well, guess what, guys? We are going to create the North and South divided countries. And we're going to base them off the real-life North and South Korea. Now, before we jump into this, I just want to quickly show you, so you know what's going down. We have these two islands over here. We got North Korea, South Korea, if you kind of think of it like that. Or I could do it this way, North Korea, South Korea. I don't really know just yet. But basically, we're going to be creating and turning these two islands here into two brand new kingdoms based off North and South Korea. One's going to be a communist country that lets nobody in and nobody out, and we don't really know what's going on inside. The second one's going to be a huge technology advanced civilization, like a huge IT cluster, being South Korea. But obviously I don't want to call them North and South Korea. Now I do want to call them North something and South something. So you guys in the comment section down below, give me some sweet name suggestions. Like I could call them North Fool and South Fool, or North Foolio, South Foolio, you know, kind of like that. But whatever name is picked, they're both going to be called the exact same thing, just North and South. And like I said, the North is going to be a communist country. No one comes in, no one comes out. It's ruled by a weird dictator. Again, I'll let you guys come up with some, stories in the comment section down below. And the South is going to be this beautiful IT cluster that is friendly with everybody, has really good exports, is a huge IT advanced country, big skyscrapers. So the two contrasting islands are going to look very different. One's going to be low density, one's going to be high skyscrapers, which is going to be crazy. But that is what we're going to be building next episode, guys, and I'm giving you this one episode warning. That is what you can expect. But today, we have got some expansions to do now. Since last episode, I've got rid of a little bit of this area over here, because I couldn't quite figure out how to do, or it wasn't really flowing very well with what we created. So we're going to redo it. It has then sparked a little bit of low land value issue at the minute, because I got rid of all that good stuff. I want to get that kind of back in. I also want to do some expansions too. I want to kind of get every single kingdom that we currently have a little bit more progressed into the future. I want to get a load more people living in this area, get it all rocking and rolling, and hopefully get things moving. So we're going to have to go in a little bit expansion crazy today, which is going to be really exciting. Now, we'll come to this in just a moment. I want to first take a look at, oh my goodness me, boys, Veganville. We currently have quite a few workers versus households right now, so we're going to try and bulk up the old residential front on this. And since we have a park around here, which at the minute it's generating quite a bit of cash, I'm going to try and hopefully extend and expand on it. Now, all these roads lead up to here. We are going to simply continue to push them as far as we can go to create this beautiful little section. I'm not going to bring them to this road because we always have these roads here, so we can reduce the amount of traffic flowing to them. I will incorporate like paths and stuff to kind of get over there. Oh, hold on, I forgot. This is the it's the 11 space, so that all should be 21. Bam, and that will go straight up. Sweet, sweet, sweet. And we'll bring this up as well, so that can go up to 30 there, straight back down. So again, we'll have walk paths there, but I'm trying to keep all the traffic off this road because there's space there to do roundabouts if needs be and we go down that route. It depends how busy these little areas are going to get. So this road obviously, of course, is going to extend further down. We should actually make this road come all the way down to the bottom. So if I actually end it there, and that's going to be the kind of peninsula for us. And if I go up by 10 by 10 in each little section, and then we kind of bend this around. So if that went up so far, and then we kind of then slightly do a little bit of a wiggle bend to kind of like, you know, add a little bit of character to it, maybe create a beach in the future, because you know how vegans are, boys. All about the nature right now. And with that, I can then do straight lines going down. And just to try and pretty much create this little grid effect that we've got going on. Because I'm trying as much as possible not to use grids, but there is, every time I try and build in Veganville, I'm always kind of redirected to, yeah, let me just kind of cut there. I'm always kind of thinking of, very weirdly, like Los Angeles, and I'm thinking like of the Venice, Santa Monica area, not the famous bit like the beaches. I want about the residential side, and it is, I mean, the whole of LA is mainly grids, but it's very gridded, and I don't know why I keep falling back to that. Am I subconsciously thinking that everybody who lives in those two places are vegans? I mean, it feels like that most times. It feels like that. But I'm just trying to create these grids. They are full of Karens who have decided bending roads are for the meat eaters. Only a meat eater would have a bending road. So, you know, we're just kind of following Karen's wishes, and hopefully she doesn't, you know, call the manager on us. So I can actually get that pretty straight, and that's pretty much as far as I want to take this whole area. I want to leave big gaps as well for like other cool stuff. But before we jump straight into this, I want to get in some of the paths and walkways. So let me just kind of set this all up. I want to try and stay away from grids as much as possible in some of the other kingdoms. Freedonia is the one. Like if you don't like grids, live in Freedonia. I'm telling you this right now for free, because that place has no structure whatsoever. I'm just trying to do my best here, guys, because if I don't, Karen's going to call the manager on me, and I don't want that to happen, okay, guys? I want to keep my job right now. I do want to keep my job. I don't want Karen to be over here right now trying to take it from me. All right, I'm going to bring that down to there, because that could then also like tear along here. I don't know how it's going to work, but we've got the space and movement to play with. I'll do one more just here as well to kind of pass us through, and then we'll do some just over here, which is going to be really good little connections to this area. And we'll quickly throw down as well the little crossing points. So I'll do one just there for those guys. Okay, so I might do one in the middle there, one in the middle there, just kind of slightly divide in between them, and we'll leave it as that. I could do a crossing here too, but I think I'll leave it. I don't want to cause too much traffic. So in terms of water then, bring this all the way across. I think that one I just kind of placed down first was slightly wonky. Bring all that down to there, and I'm just going to drop some zoning. So actually Veganville is probably going to get the most in terms of expansions today. So we just kind of go crazy, because it's all about peace and love over here. They all love each other. They all want to live close. So we just got to give Karen her wish. God damn it, Karen. I should rename it from Veganville to Karen Island, because it's just Karens and Chads that live here. Right, residential down to here. Drop some commercial going all the way down. And down to there as well. Now, it's not really 11 going back off that one, but I don't really mind too much. But that's what I'm going to do. That's literally all I'm going to do for the expansions there. Just kind of bulk it up a bit more. And the reason for it is because it's all around the Sophie Webb Park right now. So that will have then more people starting to slowly use it. Did we have a bus route going around here? We did. So let's kind of switch up on the bus route. So we had a stop. Well, our first stop was here. I'm actually going to switch it now to being just there. The second stop could be here. The third stop can then be here, as it then kind of bypasses through the harbour there. For these then, where it normally came down to there, I do want to kind of, I mean, that's got a nice little collection of people over there anyway, so I'll leave that as it is. Let that build up and do what it's got to do, and then we're going to get away from Veganville and go straight to Freedonia, because I need to get away from those grid methods. Oh, they are painful for the eyes. So over here then, again, we want to continue the expansions. Now, Freedonia is free. Free to do whatever they like. And just get more and more stuff connected. So I'm trying to do little wiggly bits and stuff like that. This center bit's going up into the middle. But I want to kind of bulk a bit more around the edges before they kind of go inland to start building. So we've kind of got this, and I kind of end it there, this kind of like outer road that runs across the shoreline. And every so often we'll have a connection to the highway road there. That's simply all we'll do. Now I do have like little options also to kind of bring it up and create little cul-de-sacs in many ways, but you don't really get much from these areas. But it's solely to kind of bulk things up slightly. We'll get the water running along it too, and it's going to be a little bit of mixture of everything. It's going to be like a little bit of industrial going along the edge. We will have like a little bit of residential here and there, so I think I might drop a couple of residents just over here. Some going down to there. And do you reckon like having some seafront properties will be like a nice little draw for the peeps that live over here? I think it might be. We'll get some stores just on this section here and just there. But ultimately, big bulk of residents all moving into this side. And then we kind of then transfer it over to being industrial. And I think we kind of leave it to that. And maybe use the commercial side of it here to be that slight little bit of a buffer. A lot of expansions going on, like I said. The only downside is I don't think we're going to have the complete and full demand to build all of this. So Freedonia gets a nice little kind of side expansion. And again, this has no logic to their road network. It has no logic. But Oiltown slightly does. Oiltown is a little bit more loose, but not as harsh as the Fool's Kingdom right now. So over here then, we want to create some beautiful stuff. So within this little section here, I think it would be nice to kind of squeeze something in. We don't really have, oh actually we do have a little park over there, but we don't really have any like monuments or kind of stuff like that. Something I never normally do in a game is build landmarks. So I think Oiltown needs something. What do we give them? The Statue of Liberty? I think this will go really well within this area. I just need to build a little bit of a side road. So if that went straight across to there, I could drop this little landmark in here. So if I just drop it there, I'm gonna, that's not even, what am I doing? That's not even the landmark. Oh, I'm so foolish. There we go. So drop that there. That's really nice. That's going to be a really cool little landmark around this area. And I want to create little paths walking around it as well. So if I anarchy that in, just for the sake of getting it in, kind of going around the inner side of it, which allows me then to kind of create these little walkways around. So if I brought that up to there, and let's say I had one just there. I'm trying to see, like, find what the best way or the ultimate way to do a nice little bend would be. Like that. And I'm going to tear this through the middle. I'm so sorry, everybody, but it just has to be done. Through to there. And then this. I think I'll just kind of keep that. Oh, I don't actually know, to be honest with you. So I could bend this as well. To kind of get that little kind of side piece there. And then drop a bunch of trees here. So I'm thinking we'll just kind of go with your standard type of tree. Alright, so I just kind of do like bulk it up a bit. Got some then more different range and sizes. Add a little bit more different type of greenery. Because Oiltown is quite rich in oil and it's going to be quite rich in pollution. So I'm trying to bulk it up a bit more. So we have some trees running around there. And then we have some beautiful houses that are kind of incorporated around this little section. Just to there. To kind of fill that up. We'll keep this open as well. Now, is it possible to squeeze one of those little fountains in? Ooh, they're a bit too big for your boy. No, actually, I reckon we can get away with it. Statue of Wealth. Okay, that's a big... That there is a big, like, screw you to Fool's Kingdom right now. Oil Town's going, yo, we're so rich. We got statues showing you how freaking rich we are right now, boys. That is, that they're like, you know, they're pushing some boundaries there, guys. You gotta watch out for Oil Town. Gotta watch out for Oil Town right now. They're really pushing some boundaries. Get some big trees. Get some light green trees. Dotted around here. Same through here. Nice. And then this side here, again, do I place more trees or a few little buildings? I think we're going to place a few more trees. So, just kind of go around the edge, kind of go slightly diagonal to create like a pattern, but an unorganized pattern. Just so then I've got the option to drop down a few different types of trees. There we go. More shades of green. I like going a little bit OTT with the trees because then from a distance it looks really nice. And then around these areas we'll build, or have all the residential kind of been slowly built in. But that's a real nice feature of Oil Town, isn't it? That's a real nice feature, and that is showing the rest of the kingdoms their wealth, their power, their economy from the shoreline. Because you have to pass this as you come in on ship. So it's like, yeah, check me out, boy. Check me out right now. Oh, man. I'm not liking how that's looking, guys. We're gonna have a few issues in the long run. We're gonna have a few issues with some other nations. So we'll bring this straight down. I don't know what... Oh, I thought I clicked on that. Bam, there we go, to make it drop straight. And then bring this straight as well, straight to the shoreline. Keep it nice and simple. And, of course, the little side road system that we've got. So I think that will go straight across to there. I do have the option to build another one. But I don't know whether I take it all the way down or just kind of slightly cut it in. And keep it like that, yeah. Bringing that all the way across maybe. Yeah, why not? So we still keep him to our grid format over here to a certain extent. But we do have a little bit more freedom, a little bit more play with what we can kind of set up. But I'm trying to create all the roads are flowing, if that makes sense. That's what I'm trying to do. So again, with the residential, but I think actually we should drop some commercial. I think we'll drop some commercial just here and along this little section there. Nice little shopping district as we surround it with the low density residential. There we go. Beautiful. And just to here as well. And then we'll do it all down this little section just to there. So again, bulking that little area up a bit more. Gotta make sure it's all got water. It don't, so... straight across. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's a really nice little area, that is. That's going to do us really, really well. It really is. Now, something else I've got to mention. For you guys, eagle-eye viewers, notice that I didn't get this stop there connected. I got it in there, guys. I got it in there in the end. But I feel like I need to add trees over to here now. I feel like all these places got beautiful trees, and Fool's Kingdom's got no beautiful tree place. So run a few trees around the edge. Actually, how good is this park doing, Hemlock Hill? It's doing all right. Maybe I should add a few little extra things to it. So add you in there. Get a few of these little kind of gazebo huts in. Kind of raise the leisure and the entertainment value and stuff like that, so it can hopefully level up. How's that now? So yeah, it can level up a few times. I think it can't get to any further. I need a little bit more to be able to push it to the next step, the next stage. Yeah, there. So, bulking up a bit more tree. There we go. So I know I can get really carried away with these. I know I can. But I'm trying to like dot them around where I can, so we can have like a contrasting different type of tree color. Kind of tearing through all of this. We'll go for a few darker looking ones. And I know the trees will grow over time. But really bulk it up. Because from a distance then it looks so much better. So much better. Hemlock Hill, let's go, boy. I don't think I've actually quite got it to the ability to get to the next level. But again, it should, you know, get some sweet money and whatnot. Pretty jazzy. So these new areas then should slowly start growing. They should slowly start growing right now, but I feel like we need to incorporate, I know there's power issues there, but they'll eventually connect. We need to incorporate a little bit more industrial to provide for the jobs that will then increase the demands for commercial and residential. That's why I want to kind of build these two little industrial countries, one high-tech, one low-tech, in the North and South Korea divide. But why don't we take a look here what I can do between this little gap. I don't think I've got enough space to... Okay, I kind of do. To run something parallel with this. But you don't get much room for maneuvering. You really don't. And I don't think I'll kind of continue a bit more. But basically, just to... Let me pause again. Get rid of these power lines. Just to spend some of that industrial demand that I have on that side there. So if I press play, fast forward, get the power in like that. So I know it's quite a lot of industrial here, but it's just the only really spaces I kind of got to work with without building a whole brand new area. And has water, all good. So that will spend that industrial demand that we do have, thus then slowly increasing the residential and commercial demand that we have. But I'm hoping that, you know, even with that additional kind of growth of demand in this area, that this area can kind of handle it, because you've got the two junctions close by, export areas nearby. There shouldn't really be a huge increase in traffic, and if there is, it should be able to get managed fairly easy to maneuver and go where it needs to go. I mean, that's what you would think, fingers crossed. It's what you would think. But these guys are now starting to suffer, so we might as well now figure out what we're doing and what was going on down here. So we're going to get this here, and we're going to go pretty much straight down. And I'm going to run it straight to here. Run it straight to there, and at this point then, I think I'm going to have it kind of slightly... Actually, don't want it to run down the side. I think I actually want it to cut down a bit more. So if I picked... Say I picked here, right? I picked this point there. Okay, we do it in line with this. And then I ran this straight up. Okay? Ran it straight up. And then from this point here, which is the closest bend, I have a feeling it's going to be this one. 17 by 18, I'll take that. So that comes down and runs down to there. So at the end here, I can have like a pedestrian ferry line, what's it called? A harbour. There we go. Passenger harbour is what I could have. Then this, I'm going to run this to, let's say to there, where it matches these two connections. So then if I had integrated within it the next... Okay, that doesn't fully go all the way over. Because I think that was set up for when... There we go, 40. When we had that little roundabout. And then that can then come off this by up to there and then start to bend and run parallel to this area too. So let me try that, because again, it's trying to keep everything away. Actually, I'd only come out by 10. So I could do a straight 90-degree bend and go straight up to there. So then you got the side road that kind of comes down here and cuts all this area out, and you got that one that kind of frails that way as well. So it's kind of a part of it, but it's not. I'll go for a 20-20 on that bend. So 20-20 90-degree. Running up to there. So you come off this section here, you can either go straight down to here, the big downtown section, or you can cut straight down to here, the big downtown section, or come off that way. I'm trying to kind of think of little through routes. Now, all the junctions and roads are connected to here. Some will connect to it, some will be overpasses to kind of link up to this area. Now, we'll get that road connecting straight up, which will... Actually, do you know what? No. Because I can bring that a little bit more further down to the edge, couldn't I? So, if I brought it down by another 5, and then just come out by, I'll come out by 10, so we got that kind of straight structure. And then come out by 10 there, so we got a little bit of a flat platform, which I could add something onto it. Nice little big wiggly bendy road as it runs along the shoreline. Pretty sweet. And then we'll have this here be a connection. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I skip 1, did that. Skip 1, did that. And they're the 3 connections that tuck into it. And then if I was to do a road cut through the middle, and then this one here would be the overpass. So you can also drive over the junction without touching it. Then it kind of gives me the space here to do a roundabout if needs be there. And anywhere else in case one does just jump out of nowhere. But these guys are complaining so bad, so we got to get all them services back in. So I'm going to get a big boy enforcer because, you know, crime. And this area could deal with it. Same for the fire brigade. Right now we get the Detroit HQ. So I'll place that kind of just here. So this is all stuff right now near the transport area too. So hospital next. I'm thinking we go for the Metropolitan Hospital. No, the University Hospital, sorry. Just because I like the idea of it having a building on the opposite side. If I did that then, I'd actually want to change how my enforcer tower kind of goes. Go like that there, so it's kind of like against it in many ways. So hospital, fire department, which doesn't actually look like it's... No, it is. It looks like it's hanging. Is it me or is it hanging? Is it because I got Anarchy on? No, even with the Anarchy off, it just looks like it's overhanging, but that's okay. So all them 3 just there. The only thing we haven't got over here right now is some type of death care. So for the sake of just getting some death care in, we'll drop a little crematorium. There we go. Sweet. So they get their services back, which should sort out all of their land value. We've got a better little system over here right now, which enables us to kind of build upon this area, which then we should totally build upon this area. So bring that to over there. To over there. And I know it's completely full of grids. I completely get that. A lot of people don't like grids. I'm half and half on grids. Sometimes I like them. Sometimes I'm like, nah, get out of here, boy. But, you know, when you're trying to build a high density area, grids are the way to go forward. So, the water system around here is all messed up now because it was all based off the previous grid format. So if I just do what I can to get these semi-all connected. And then, there we go. Sweet. I'll leave these for now, these little areas. We're just going to push down the density around here. So, high density commercial first, which I'm going to actually bulk up these 2 sections. Because it's straight off the junction there of the transport hub. And it's going to be surrounded by lots of residential, boys. Lots of it. So we kind of get a little bit of a taste of it coming through. Then a big section. Then we'll get a little bit of a taste of it leaving this area. Otherwise, I can build it a little bit further down here. But I feel like over here is going to be a little bit more commercialized. As we have the passenger transport areas over there. So you want the shopping areas near the transport sections. And I've got the extension of the subway line too, but I had to get rid of it when we delete that. So it's still all good. It's still there anyway. So at least we can utilize this junction as well, so everyone's not pressurizing this one. So that one I build up, and again will cause probably issues too. How's the traffic over here then, since we incorporated more of this? Not too bad. Not too bad. I think we extend these roads here. Now, we do have a warehouse just there, which is just standard commercialized goods. I think we're going to drop another one in. Get a few warehouses dotted around there for all these places. Which is this style. Is it this style of warehouse? Which one is it? Ah, it goes right there, doesn't it? Yeah. So, get one of each coming down. So that is commercial goods. Again, I could do it all commercial goods, which commercial goods are solely from the factories. Right, and I'm going to drop some warehouses in the two other kingdoms that have a specialized industry. So get these all set up. So we might see some low exports for a while until they do slowly start building them up. We're going to see a lot of traffic on this roundabout now as all the new people slowly move into this area. Worst case scenario, I could do some little slip roads to these highways, which will be really simple and easy to kind of add in. But we might just, well, then again, we're going to see a lot of traffic anyway as they slowly do start filling up these warehouses. You can see this one right now. So until these warehouses have found their nice little balance, we're going to have a little bit of traffic appearing in the Fool's Kingdom. So there we go. We'll now take a look at Karen Island and add in some stuff over here then. So, right. Where would I put it? Where, I mean, we've got storage stuff over there, but I want stuff that, we should really put it by the exportation area, shouldn't we? So if I had a road that maybe came off midway, so what is the length of that? It is 63. So give or take 31, we'll take that there. Cut this off here by 11. Bring it up by 20. Bring that down by 20 as well. There we go. And do I go for big warehouses or just these sizes? Well, I'm going to keep it off that road anyway. Let me just drop that one there for now. So I got a little marker point of where I can run the road. So then I can flip this back round. And I'll put one on this side. Oh, can I anarchy that in? Yes. One just there. We'll do with a free space there. There we go. So we got 4 in, which require water. And obviously it requires power. So getting those in there, we'll have 2 for... Oh, that's a thing. We're not producing animal products, are we? Because it's Vegansville. So at the minute, it's all going to be flour. Until we eventually set up a second animal kingdom that stores maybe animal products. So we've got 4 big warehouses there for flour. I'm not too sure how much Karen's producing in Karen's crops right now, but she ain't doing animal products because they're vegans. So again, we might see low exports over there for now while they slowly start to fill this up. But it's close by to the exportation area anyway, so we can export it fairly easy. I'm going to see how that goes then. So as our first truck comes in to kind of slowly fill it up, we'll see a lot of traffic over here initially. But there we go. A little bit of storage for those guys. And then we'll do the same. Where's Oil Town? Same for Oil Town just over here. Now, where do I drop these? So it's going to have to be within these areas. And I think it's going to have to be based off this here, isn't it? So if I brought this road down, I know I could quite easily connect it up to there, but I want to keep all the traffic going this way because I can then eventually drop roundabouts so it becomes a little bit OTT. But we've got storage nearby, but we do need this generalized storage too. So I could drop 2 big ones. You know, one there. Actually, you know what? I couldn't really fit one in there anyway if I wanted to. So if I drop one here and then give it a 2 space and then one there. So 2 big warehouses on this section. Power's all still connected. One's going to contain petroleum and the other is going to contain plastics. So just 2 simple storage sections. Store the goods. I feel like we're going to need... Yeah, then again, I can always turn that into a roundabout. So I think I am going to need to get a little connection there. So if I went like that, and then I'll slightly bend this. A little bit of a wiggle road. Nice. Keep it simple. Nice. So that might become a heavily used junction, which plenty of room to do a very simplified roundabout on it. But I don't feel like we're going to see that much traffic at the minute anyway. Just see how it goes. See how it goes, really. But 2 storage areas are here. But then again, now that puts that on this main road. I wonder how busy that's going to now become. If we see a lot of traffic into that. I might have to turn these around onto this side. Right, let me drop that there. I'm going to reposition these real quick, guys. Just so it's off the main dragger road. There we go. Right, rather than on this bit, because obviously if the vehicle's trying to cut through... Oh, is the bus route now changing directions? Oh, it has. Interesting. Okay, sweet. Sweet, mate. So, how are these little expansions done then? Oh, we need water over here. Do you know what? It actually looks really good right now over here. I am liking it. Imagine the sale prices of these properties. I mean, that looks like a really abandoned wooden shack, but it did have no water. Imagine the sale. These little kind of little small houses got to be worth the millions with the current, like, you know, surrounding areas that it has. Damn, boy. Damn. How is Fredonia's expansions right now going all the way down? So they've just... Oh, are they having power issues? Or did I just catch it at an awkward moment? I think we're okay. But we're slowly starting to bulk this island up right now. So you can kind of... It starts to feel like, you know, a little bit more normalized. The expansions over here are doing pretty good. Ooh, garbage. See, it's another freaking episode comes along where your boy still has yet to move this. But what I will do is drop in 2 more plants for the garbage production. I gotta sort this out, man. I really do. I really do need to sort that out. But yeah, expansions over here are going pretty well. What about in Karen's world? These are all looking good too. Now, these are complaining about there's not enough goods to sell. But we do have quite high demand for industrial. Anyway. At some point, I've got to hook this up. Should we hook up the roundabout now? I think it could be time. So get that there. Get a roundabout. What type of roundabout do we use over here then? So we got the 3-laner. 3-lane highway. And it was a 60, right? That's my standard to go with at the moment, is 60s. Yeah. And let's just set this up real quick. So, junction restrictions. Bam, ba bam, bam, bam. Bam, ba bam, bam, bam. So they can all flow through on the roundabout. Then the give way signs. You give way entering the roundabout. Simple and basic. So then they can utilize this road a bit more, which will take pressure off of this roundabout. Even though there's not really much pressure anyway, it's a really low density area, this. Not much traffic going on in general. Which is good to see. But I'm hoping these little businesses here that are suffering, I got a little bit more of a direct connection to the highway maybe. I don't know if it will or not. I don't know. But yeah, pretty sweet. I think as well in this area, we're going to do some normalized industrial farming, apart from the specialized farming industry. I think that's something that we need to think about adding on as well. Now, do we have any issues that we kind of need to solve at the minute? We've got to bulk up more industrial. So I think, do you know what? Yeah, I think that's where the industrialized stuff is going to come into play. So even though we got the old area here, the industrial area, I'm going to kind of pull it back slightly. Just so it's kind of off that. And at the minute, it only goes to here. So I get rid of the majority of this zoning because I want to add in some of our own zoning as well. Oh, but then again, we have zoning, right? This is Oil Town. So you would actually, if there's any industrial whatsoever in this area, it's going to be oil based. So if I build any type of zone in industrial, it's going to be oil based. The same for Veganville. It's going to be farming based, right? So then if I was to zone it, and I could do small little patches here, there, and everywhere, they then become oil-based businesses that appear, thus allowing us to build industrial areas and keeping them specialized to the area. It's pretty cool, right? There we go. Do one just there. And I think that's as far as we'll take those for now. Hopefully it gets to spend some of it. Now, they are very specialized, which doesn't mean because I've got demand, they're going to use it. That's not the case. But I'll do some staggages there. Oh, the farming straight away in. That's in straight away, boys. And yeah, keep it to that. So a little bit in there. Again, what it gets to do is it gets to spend some of that industrial demand. Keeps it all themed to what we've currently got going down right now. And hopefully it provides some stuff over here. Now, we are going to need as well. There's some generalized warehouses in these islands anyway. So where we've got them kind of facing, I'm going to anarchy that in again. I'm going to do 2 on this side over here, which is going to be commercial goods only. That way all the shops and stuff on this island can survive because we got some goods stored locally. Same for Oil Town. I need a localized small one. So I think we'll place this then. Can I squeeze it in just there? Is that too dramatic of a drop down? Or do I build it sideways just here? Do I have it placed in around here maybe? Do I, instead of using that one, go for a smaller one? I think we'll go for a smaller one instead. So if I place that there, and then choose that to be commercialized goods, then these guys have a localized storage point as well for when they need it, rather than waiting for a ship to come. Because if a business is empty, waiting for a ship to come, the ship could be miles away. Although if the storage is filled up, it can then just take it from the storage, and then when the ship comes, it fills that storage area up. So that's kind of what you got to think of it as being. At the end of the day. I'm going to fill all this up now with residential. And just take it up to that point only. And the same for here. We'll fill up this section of residential. And I'll take it up to this point there only. Nice. Okay. Slowly coming along then. It's going to look really, really nice when it's all done. We've got a beautiful little train jam right now. With the amount of goods being exported. Now, I mean, you would panic right now and you go, oh my goodness me, we need more exportation areas. But because we placed in all those warehouses of commercial goods on other islands, all of a sudden now we've got all this stuff that we need to export. So it will, once some warehouses on Vegansville and Oil Town have been filled up, then we won't see as many trains. It's just the initial demand all now heading out. But it does show you that that is a small little weak point when we start to export more and more from this area. So we could do eventually with another cargo harbour. But I won't do anything just now anyway, because I know what the reason is. It's now filling up warehouses over here like these. So, and like the traffic over here, I know what the reason is. But once it's filled up and it's all balanced, then it'll be a more natural progression. But at least these stores over here will then stop complaining as time goes on. Because they're being real Karens right now. I find it hilarious, man. I really, really do. But we got no specialized stuff set up. So we're pretty much now in good shape. For the first time ever, we've crossed 1 million smackaroonies in the bank. And we're making consistent amount of money. Ready to fund the build of a new kingdom. Free Donia is looking pretty jazzy right now. It really is. And I want to build all the way around the outskirts first before we start building on the little hill in the middle. It's going to be really nice to see it all come together. Once this area here has been moved down to there, it removes the pollution around here to over here, which means I can then fill in this area and up to here without having to worry about pollution nearby. And then it's looking pretty good. There's not going to be anything else I build up around here anymore. Maybe around the edge just there. So traffic as a minute, pretty good. Then we can start thinking about other areas when we start building this area up here too. It's going well. I'm excited to build the north and south divide of the two countries. I really am. Right, Old Town Corp then. Are we exporting still? We're still exporting. I still got so much more room for expansion of Old Town Corp. But we're just slowly expanding the area. So this is all now kind of finished off quite nicely. I'm loving this little area. Really am. And I think Fool's Kingdom needs something too. Like that. They need to like kind of fight back and go, oh, you've got that? Well, we've also got this. And I might have something special for next episode that we could squeeze in. But we are going to end it for here anyway, guys. We are going to end it for here. I hope you did enjoy this episode, as the warehouses slowly get filled up with the commercial goods that we can then spend. The boats are slowly, or the ships are slowly sailing over here. The trains are filling them all up, but they can only go as quick as they can go right now. I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.